Amp Media Production presents Gypsy Soul, your one-stop shop for letting out your inner gypsy. Join Denise Marsh as she brings on a variety of guests to share their artistic vision with the world.
Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Gypsy Soul. I'm Denise Marsh, your host, and I'm so excited to be here with you. It's been a really hard week. So when I get to come here, it's like a sense of relaxation comes over me. It's almost like a washing of water, if you will. This is my happy place. I love coming here. I love being with you, and I'm going to thank you each time for being my audience because I wouldn't have this show without you. So I wanted to say thank you in advance for that. So it's been a hard week because my air conditioner hasn't worked for the last 10 days in my apartment. Now, if you know about South Florida, it's hot. And I've been waking up every night in the middle of the night and every hour with my fan that's not really working. So my air conditioner is supposed to get fixed this week, hopefully tomorrow. So I need all your prayers for the air conditioning because it's hot. And that makes me very cranky. But it's nice and cool here. I've got a fan going here. But you know, the nice thing to remember, and I had a friend say this to me, is no matter how tough your life gets, somehow you get through it. You know, you find different ways to get through it. You find people that help you. You find situations that help you. You try to concentrate on the good. And they say that if you do that, you could actually trick your brain. You could trick your brain into believing somehow that even though things are really bad right now, something is going to happen soon, that it's good. And I actually watched something where this woman was saying that when you want to manifest good things, don't do it while you're awake. Do that right before you go to sleep because your subconscious mind will actually take it in and those things will come true quicker because your brain, when you're conscious, actually fights with you. And if you say something like, I'm not good or I can't do this, it's saying, that's right, you're not good, you can't do this. It's almost like you have to play around with it. So I learned that and I'm actually trying to use that and it does work. So I wanted to share again with you one of my books that I wrote, which is Quiet as a Fire, Silent as a Flame, My So-Called Relationship with Cancer. This is on Amazon. This is one of the books that I've written. This is the older book. And the new one is Emotional Morse Code, Poems from Heartbreak to Healing. They're both on Amazon. I'm almost finished reading you all the poems from the books. So I think next time when I'm with you, I might give you a sneak peek on some stuff that I'm working on for a future book. You guys will be the first people to hear that. So I wanted to read you some poetry about passion and thriving despite hardship, because sometimes you have to share with other people to grow. And that's what I do. And I think I'm pretty good at it. So one of the poems that I wanted to read to you is called Quiet Fire. And I heard that in a movie, actually it was a TV show, they said that someone was a quiet fire. And I thought that was very interesting because sometimes a fire isn't quiet, but a fire starts and then it builds. And that's kind of like my personality, right? You start talking to me and then I build and I get excited about things. So it was perfect. There's even a picture of a match in the photograph. So Quiet Fire. I will not be quiet nor docile. I will not be accepting and just be grateful. I will not make excuses or exceptions, for my dreams are setting a quiet fire. I will feed this fire because it is freedom and it is mine. That's actually one of my favorite poems that I've written. I hope you like that one. The other one is at the very end of this book. And this poem is also cathartic because I love water. I love to swim. I love being by the ocean. It's just majorly therapeutic for me. And this is called Let Me Swim. There's actually a swan in the background. And this was at the end of my cancer journey. When I was finally recovering, I was in remission. And I said to myself, you know what? I did this. I did this, I battled this, and now I'm surviving, and now I'm thriving, and I'm going on with my life, and now I can help other people. So it's called Let Me Swim. Coolness, like a wall, covering my body in wet. Rippling waves, you make me forget. sound of seashore, and wishful whisper. Your promise guaranteed. Above all, I feel freed. Let me swim, my final wish. And I think after that, you probably won't think about swimming the same way anymore, right? Very, very therapeutic. I hope you love the poems. I hope that you'll purchase one of the books. And if you do purchase one of the books, please consider writing a review, because reviews sell books, and reviews get you higher and higher on the Amazon list. So if you only have 3 reviews, people don't read it as much. But if you have 13 reviews, you start to come up. So remember that when someone asks you to do a review, and a review doesn't have to be perfect. You can just put down Amazon verified and just say something that you liked about the book or some way that the book resonated with you. So I would love it if you bought the books or one of the books for a friend or yourself. And if you love the book, which I think you will, please write a review. So, on to something else. So today's guest is a very special friend to me. She's a wonderful person. She is an entrepreneur, and she also is a polo aficionado. She shares her gifts with others, and her personality is something that I called infectious. She's a blend of humor, whimsy, and creativity. And I like to call her polo-esque. I made up that word. She is a polo-esque spirit, and you'll see why soon. You'll get to meet Ingrid after a short commercial break. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere, because there's a lot of excitement to come. See you in a few minutes.
Hey there, have you heard of the new show Gypsy Soul? It's hosted by the one and only Denise Marsh. Listen in as she helps you release your inner gypsy with the best in South Florida, with plenty of special guests, with their own talents to inspire your inner gypsy. Tune in every other Thursday on your preferred streaming platform.
And we're back. Hi, everyone. Again, this is Gypsy Soul, and I'm your host, Denise Marsh. And we have a very amazing guest, and her name is Ingrid Webster. So hi, Ingrid. So happy you're here.
Well, thank you for having me, Denise.
You're very welcome.
Thank you to Brooklyn Cafe. This is wonderful.
And your accent's beautiful. You have to tell them where you're from real quick.
Oh, of course, yeah. I was born and raised in Germany, but I've been living in South Florida for so long that I consider myself a native.
You are.
Yeah.
We consider you that.
Thank you.
So, Ingrid, I don't remember not knowing you. I feel like I've always known you. I don't remember what specific time I met you exactly, but I've known of you, I've seen things about you, and just you grow on people in a good way. And I think one of the ways I did meet you was through Krista Martinelli of AroundWellington.com, because she brings people together in her mixers.
Yes,
like she promotes people, she brings them together. And her mixers are free at Village Music for people to come and talk about their passions and promote their businesses. She has great mixers.
Oh, it's
and
wonderful.
they even have, now they have trivia night at Village Music. On Monday nights, they have excellent pizza. And
The best.
the best pizza.
Yeah.
And they have great questions. And you will get stumped if you go there. But back to what we're talking about. So I write for Cultural Corner for Krista Martinelli around Wellington. And you also write for Krista Martinelli, correct?
Well, I don't write for her.
You don't write?
No,
Okay.
I don't write. I draw. No, I don't even draw. What I do is I have a digital cartoon. And that is a really, really funny story.
And I think we have a clip
Yeah.
of the digital cartoon. We have a couple of pictures that we scanned. I don't know if...
It's Harold.
Yeah, Harold's Universe, correct?
Yes, And he was born by accident, really. I mean, I know that happens in real life too, but this little guy was really born by accident. It was during COVID, and everybody, of course, was housebound. And I really, after a little while, I was really depressed. I mean, really depressed, where I couldn't see to go onward and forward, not in a crazy bad way, but it was just very gloomy, and I wasn't happy. So I started making digital art, and then it was also coincided with a time when the NFTs started, and everybody was crazy, the artists, about NFTs and this and that. And
What is NFT?
it's a non-fungible token, excuse me, and that is a piece of art, or it can be music, it can be literature, or whatnot, that only exists in the digital world. And so it was quite intriguing to me. Art in the digital world, I can do this. I have a computer. And I was trying to make some art. I had done that before. I mean, several years ago I did some digital stuff, but now it had the opportunity to be bigger and more and reach a broader audience. And so I started making this one painting. I call it a painting, even though it's digital art. And I thought, this is kind of cool, you know, really goofy in a way, because it was very abstract, but it was very cool.
I want to show them I don't know, do you guys have the clip of Harold's Universe? I don't know if they hear me.
Oh, it's okay.
I wanted them to show it so you could see it. Okay.
Excuse me. So anyway, so I did the drawing, and from that first drawing, I thought, okay, that drawing, excuse me, consists really of only certain shapes. Good. And what happens if I take those shapes and I recycle the shapes, and I'm going to take those same shapes and I'm going to make different pictures of it? And I did, and so there were a few pictures. Great.
I'm going to show them.
And Harold came about.
Are we getting it?
And that little guy was nothing like what you see now. He was like a completely different abstract drawing. So, and for some crazy reason, Harold came about, and I thought, he is like really cute. And I liked the fact that he was in a wheelchair. I really liked that, because hopefully it would send a message that we need to be more inclusive, and we need to be addressing different people's living situations. And I thought, yeah, and that's all, everything is made out of the same shapes that Harold was made. I mean, I distorted them, elongated them, and whatnot, but these are just some examples.
Did you know someone named Harold, or the name just came to you?
No, it just kind of, it looked like a Harold. I don't know. But sometimes we get nonsensical things into our head, and that's what it was. So Harold was born, my depression was gone. I enjoyed making a whole lot of digital art. I put it onto OpenSea. It's not for sale right now, and I really don't care. It doesn't need to be for sale. I'm just happy that it exists. And
it's therapeutic for you, right?
Very much.
Like my books were for me when I had cancer.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to sell. It's something that you did for yourself, and great if it sells, and if it doesn't,
right.
It still helped you, it guided you, and healed you.
Exactly.
So, and it might do the same thing for someone else.
Yeah.
I was telling Ingrid about Harold and the Purple Crayon, how this Harold reminds me a little bit of Harold and the Purple Crayon, which is actually one of my favorite books, and I don't remember who the author is. Besides the cartoon strip, right, you have another passion, and it's a huge passion, and it's polo, correct? The game of polo, which is basically Wellington's namesake, right? Can you tell us more about polo, what it's about, how people play? I'm still learning about polo.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I mean, I'm by no means an expert in polo, because trust me, I don't know all the rules. I don't know. A lot of times when I watch a game, I can't focus on it. I can't watch it because I'm sitting there. I'm taking about 800 photos per game, so that really cancels out the pure joy of watching polo. However, I do know a lot about polo itself. My husband and I have been going to watch it for over 30 years. And at first it was only Sundays, and 2 years ago when he retired, we sat down and we said, so what are we going to do now? Well, it was during season, and it was during polo season, and he said, well, why don't we go and watch polo? And we went during the week, and we liked it so much better than on Sundays, really, and I can't really say that loud because Sunday polo is a spectacle, right? Yeah. It is fantastic. It's a big party. It's beautiful.
They have tailgating?
Yes, they have tailgating.
Wow, like
it's great. But we discovered...
I still have to go to a game.
Oh,
still
yeah,
not gone
you
to a match. Yeah.
You should, and I'm going to drag you. No
Yes,
worries about
please,
that.
Please, get on me to go to that, because I definitely want to do that.
So when you go during the week, it's really about the game. It's not about the party. You go in comfortable clothes. You're not going to wear a hat. You don't have to do that. You don't strut around. You don't do that.
No heels?
You just no. You
Good.
enjoy, and you watch the game, and it's so fascinating. You're out in nature. It's so easy, and most of the games are free. You don't pay to go to the games during the week. You just go there. You bring your kids. You bring the dog. You bring a cooler. Bring some snacks and a couple of chairs, and you're good to go.
How long is a polo match?
Well, it consists of 6 chukkers. Each chukker, which is a game quarter, is 7.5 minutes. So you roughly, if it doesn't go into overtime, and depending on how long of a break they're giving you to stomp the divots, about an hour and a half.
Okay, just the right amount of time.
But exactly.
So you mentioned, I heard the word, was it chukker?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which is perfect, because it goes actually right into the next thing I was going to ask you
Right.
about. Because I know for a fact that you wanted more people to get involved with polo,
Yes.
and you and Troy wanted a way, your late husband, wanted a way that you could preserve polo and people could still be excited about it, right? That,
Because what we found out, even in Wellington, if I go around today in Wellington and I just ask a random stranger, like in the grocery store, have you ever been to polo? And the latest I did that, the last time I did that, that person, he said, oh, there's polo in Wellington.
people don't
I
know?
don't know. They didn't know anything about it. Now we got to remember we have almost 120 polo fields in Wellington. 120 fields. Now you got to know that each field is the size of 9 football fields. That's like a whole lot of land.
Where are they putting them? I don't see them.
Exactly. And
They're hidden.
they're mostly on the south end. A few
Okay.
of them are in Loxahatchee, a few of them are a little
Where
bit
there's
outside
space.
of Wellington.
Yeah.
But yes, you definitely need space, and some of the clubs have 4, 5, 6 fields or more. And usually they have hedges, so you don't really see it from the road, and they're typically not roads that you normally would take. They're not thoroughfare roads that you would take to work or whatnot. So yes, it's easy to miss them, and I don't blame people. But Troy, my late husband, and I, what we really wanted to do is we wanted to promote it, and we wanted to share the joy of watching polo with many, many, many other people.
And to give them a souvenir, right?
Yes,
Of
well,
the
that
memory.
was the next idea. That really actually came in much later in the game, in the game, so to speak.
Oh, I like that. Good pun. Pun intended.
At first, we just really wanted to promote polo in Wellington. And we found out that there was a certain threshold that people did not want to cross because they were afraid that they would have to dress up, that it was going to be expensive, that they had to be part of society. Well, it's not so. It is not expensive. Most of the time it's free. You don't have to dress up, and you don't have to be part of the society, and that's what we wanted to convey. And
That's a big misconception. I think I
it
thought
is.
of the women, with the big
Right?
hats and
that's
the
what we
fancy
always
heels.
think.
Yeah.
But it is not so. That's only Sundays, and you don't. Most women don't wear these hats.
Right.
Most of them are just like
But
I
I'll
would
leave
go
my
like
hat
this.
at home.
Yeah, leave your hat at home. And the idea of the hats was really for sun protection, because I urge anybody who goes to watch polo, whether during the week or on Sundays, always wear sun protection. If it's not a hat, wear sunglasses, wear protective lotion and whatnot, long sleeve clothing. I mean, South Florida sun is not very gentle.
Not at all.
I mean, we have to
And drink
really
a lot
be
of water,
careful.
right?
Drink
a lot
water,
of water.
very
Make sure you
super
stay
important.
hydrated.
But dress comfortably. I mean, that's really important. And so what we did, because we also realized there's so many fields and so many clubs, most people wouldn't know how to approach it and where to go and how to watch polo. So we came out with a book, the Fan Handbook by Polo in Wellington. We named our business Polo in Wellington, Polo Promoters Doing Business as Polo in Wellington. And we came out with that Fan Handbook. That was last year's. Now this year, we wanted to come out with another one. Unfortunately, my husband passed away, and I couldn't do all of that by myself. There may be another one next year, but in the meantime, all the information that's in the book is also on our website, poloinwellington.com, and I'm still working on it to update it, so forgive me if not everything is on there yet, but
We'll keep
it
looking.
certainly will. I keep looking, that's always good.
Yeah, we'll be patient.
So anyhow, so polo, and I know you wanted to talk about the chucker.
Yes, I'm excited about that. I know I'm ahead of myself, but I'm very excited about
That's okay.
your business.
Yeah. Oh, and what it was when we thought about bringing polo to the people, explaining to them how much fun it is, we also realized there was not truly a souvenir. There wasn't a T-shirt where it said, "Oh, I went to polo in Wellington," or, you know, there is so many people coming from out of town. They go to polo and then they have nothing to take away. I take that back. The USPA, which is the United States Polo Organization, that is the organization that governs the sport of polo in this country. They actually have an incredibly beautiful gift shop at their National Polo Center, and they have beautiful merchandise available. But it's limited pretty much to polo shirts themselves, and not everybody wants to wear a polo shirt, and to players' whites, which is what the long white pants are called that the polo players are wearing. And they have some beautiful gift items, but it's really not something, you know, that your average person will want to purchase. You know, it's a little bit more, you know, costly. Not unaffordable, but still, you want to have something.
It's more mainstream.
You know,
Yeah.
the kids want something, and so we thought that's what we're going to come up with. And that's when Chuckaroo was born, our idea to really promote the sport, because then it would behave like one of the main sports if there were souvenirs available.
I want to show them the name,
okay.
Chuckaroo.
Chuckaroo. So Chuckaroo was born, and that means we want to bring the sport of polo to more people, so more people can enjoy it, because it's such an invigorating sport. You got to imagine there's all these horses, and the horses are, if you ask any player, even the best players in the world, which we have right now in Wellington, a ton of the best players of the world. It's like the Tom Bradys, the Dan Marinos, the Joe Montanas, what have you, the best players in the world.
You'll
right
be narrating for me when I go. I want to hear about it more.
There's people who do that much better, much better. We'll make sure that we're going to hit a game where you can hear the announcer speak.
Yes.
And those people are wonderful. They're all friends. Dale Schwetz, who is an exceptional game announcer at mainly Grand Champions Polo Club and Santa Rita Polo Farm. Of course, you have Jan-Erik Frank, who is actually a German. He comes every season for the World Polo League to announce there, and he is so much fun. And when the two of them announce together, they're just working out really well. Their chemistry is exceptional. So it's great. And then, of course, you have Tony, you have Gus. I mean, there's so many. Oh gosh, I can't even remember right now. There's so many wonderful announcers.
You're getting us
Those
all excited
people know,
about polo.
yeah, and it should be. These people will walk you through it. They will explain exactly which rule was just broken, why they have a penalty, and what the penalty means. So penalty 1, 2, 3, 4.
So you don't have to feel silly when you're watching it.
No.
That you're the only one that
No,
maybe, not you,
because
but
they-
hypothetically
no,
doesn't
no,
understand.
no,
what's
not at
I
all.
don't want to run out of time because you have such lovely stuff to show.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think you could show some of the things that you do? Some
Oh,
of the
okay.
business
Well,
items?
Chuckaroo also has gift baskets, and but I make them custom mainly. So that is one of the reasons why there's really not that much on the website, because every gift basket is made to the occasion, and it is typically geared towards polo fans. But I also make relatively generic ones. Like, for example, you have this Wellington polo soap, which is I love that.
I love soap.
Good.
There's nothing like nice smelling soap.
Oh no! And because
Love soap.
we love scent,
We do.
right? We want
It
to
brings back
smell
good,
something.
Good memories. It's like a trigger. Yeah.
And this one is called Polo Field, or
Look,
whatever
for
it's
St.
called.
Patty's Day, perfect. It's
Yeah,
nice and green.
absolutely. And each soap has a name that pertains to polo. like Players Whites is a white linen soap with a white linen scent. Sunday Finery is a scent that's a vanilla honey. That's like really feminine, and it comes in a pink pouch.
So the baskets, Ingrid, aren't just for women. The baskets could be for men as well, right?
Exactly.
It's unisex. And
Yeah.
And you custom make them. So if someone said to you, this is what I like in polo. They're
Right.
not all the same. People can pick and choose the
Totally
items.
different, yeah. So what I have on the website right now, they're really just samples, and they're not really the best samples, and I'm going to change that. But I'm trying to make it so that everybody
this is beautiful.
Thank you.
That's
Colorful personalities
Yes.
bracelets.
what does that say again? That one?
This one says Polo Groupie.
Can I show them really quickly?
Of course.
This is great. Look at this.
Polo Groupie.
This is awesome. I'm holding it the wrong way.
And usually the baskets have a piece of jewelry in them, and that's where I actually come from. 35 plus years of hand knotting pearls. I did that for
Are these the hand-knotted
Yes,
pearls?
they are.
Look at this gorgeous
Hand-knotted.
necklace. And Ingrid is wearing one too.
Yeah.
Beautiful one. Very 1920
Hand-knotted.
style. Loving it.
Yeah, that's my former life. I used to do a lot of repairs and hand knotting for a lot of jewelers in the area.
Where do you show your work? I know you were showing
really
it at
don't.
Village Music a little bit.
Yeah, I really don't right now. I'm gearing everything towards online.
Okay, the website, yeah.
I used to go to Village Music. It got too cold for me. I'm really pampered. I'm like really get cold very easily.
But everyone's on the computer all the time anyway. Like
Right?
the internet, that's the
Yeah.
wave of the future.
And that's it. And when you're just one person, when it was my husband, it was different. We could really do a whole lot more. But now I'm doing everything myself, and now I'm just really doing everything online.
So if someone wanted to purchase a basket from you, would they have to go through you like on the phone? Would they call you, or
Oh, no.
they would just do everything through the website?
Yeah, website.
And the name of the website again?
It's chuckaroo.com.
Okay,
with
very
2K.
nice and easy. And this is
Okay.
Chuckaroo again, so you could see it.
Chuckaroo, like
Chuckaroo.
the chucker in polo.
Perfect, nice and easy, nice and simple, and it
Yep.
was so great to have you on today.
Well,
and
thank
I
you.
actually learned a lot about polo because I'm embarrassed to say all the years I lived in Wellington, I've never been
That's
to
okay, you're not
a polo
alone.
match. But I'm going to one, and then when I go, I'll spread the word, and other people will go,
Yep.
and so on and so forth.
Excellent.
And you just bring that infectious spirit, and you just make people want to share and
Yeah.
and see more and be
Oh,
involved.
it's so cool.
So I'm living vicariously through you every time you go to a
Good.
polo match. So
Good.
Ingrid, maybe we'll have you on the show for something else. You never know. Maybe after I go to a polo match.
Oh my goodness, then you have to talk.
Yes, I want to see for myself because I was one of those people that was always intimidated by things like that and thinking that you have to, people that watch polo have money or people that do. So you should have a shirt that says
You're good.
polo, you can be poor. No, I'm kidding. You can be poor. You can even be poor and play, or you can watch.
Yeah.
But
Excellent.
Ingrid, it was a pleasure. I look forward to seeing you
My
again
pleasure.
soon. And
Thank
I
you.
know that people will want to get some of these great items. She also makes beautiful bracelets, by the way. I have 2 of them at home. She makes with different gemstones and very intricate and beautiful. So speaking of intricate and beautiful, I wanted to thank my beautiful audience for letting me do this show, for letting me bring people on like Ingrid and introducing you to new things, because your gypsy spirit, or your gypsy soul, made a new show, is influenced by people like Ingrid. So we need to thrive and not just survive and try new things. So I hope you'll try something new, whether it's polo or a new food or something else, but this is good for us. This nourishes our soul, and this keeps our gypsy soul going. So you guys have been wonderful. I hope you enjoyed the show. Get in touch with Ingrid. Again, it's Chuckaroo. Okay. And I will see you in 2 Thursdays. You guys take care. Bye.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you for tuning in to Gypsy Soul. Make sure to stop by next time for another enlightening show. A show that was produced by Ant Media Productions and hosted by Denise Marsh.